You're listening to Hockey Talk on AM 860 and KPAM.com.
Peters tied up by Ask. Peters centers. Bittner shot. He scores!
Welcome back to Hockey Talk here on AM 860. Just heard the highlight of Paul Bittner scoring his first career WHL goal. Paul Bittner from Minnesota joining us now on the line. And first off, Paul, got to ask you, how are you enjoying Portland in this rain?
It's tough, I've never had rain like this so often, but it's good, and I'm adjusting pretty well.
You like it better than the snow?
No, I can't say that. I like the snow a lot better.
So, Paul, we just played the highlight. I want you to tell us a little bit about that first career goal you scored up the road there against Vancouver.
Well, Learsy made a good play to Peters behind the net, and Petey just somehow got it out to me, and it hit my knee, and I just kind of took a swing at it with my backhand, and it went under the glove of the goalie up in Vancouver, and I got my first goal, and I was pretty excited.
Let's talk about your season a little bit. You're the youngest player in the Western Hockey League. You just turned 16 earlier in November. Has it been an adjustment going from Minnesota high school hockey into the Western Hockey League, and what is some of the toughest things you've had to adjust to?
Yeah. Any time you do you go up league or a profession, it's always hard to adjust. But the main things that I really notice is the speed, obviously, and the type of play here, and the physicality for sure. I mean, guys are hitting you left and right, and you have to protect the puck all the time, and it's great, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm just trying to make the best of it, and it's a great learning experience up here.
You've had a chance to play on the line with Taylor Lear a little bit, and also Taylor Peters, two veterans in the Western Hockey League. What have they talked to you about, and what have they kind of helped you with to make the transition a bit easier?
Well, we just talk on the bench, when we get done with a shift, like, hey, I'm open back door, or down low, or some stuff like that. But other than that, we just giving you confidence boosts, and hey, good play down there, and just nice stuff like that, and it's been great.
So, Paul, we were talking about it a little earlier on the show. The fact that this team has 10 rookies. When you join the team like this, and you have those 10 rookies on the team together, does it help to have some guys that you're sharing a similar experience with? Yeah,
for sure. You look at Delio and Patan last year having, I think it was 3 or 4 rookies last year, and now we have 10. It helps a lot to, just interact with other guys and, just gain their respect and become, lifelong friends from here on out. And it's nice to have somebody to talk to, just have like, hey, something like that, what's bothering you, we can help, and it's nice to have other guys in the team that's going through the same sort of thing like you are. So, yeah, it's real nice.
You're from Crookston, Minnesota. What can you tell Portland about the city of Crookston?
It's small. It's a town of 6,000 or 7,000. My school is 500 kids in, 7 through 12. I mean, it's nothing like here. Snowy, cold weather, and but it's a nice city. I think we're growing a little bit, but not totally sure. I mean, it's just a nice city, and I like it a lot, and I miss it, but I love it out here in Portland a lot too.
So you played Minnesota high school hockey over the last year. Winterhawks also have Keegan Iverson, who played at Breck High School. Did you ever get a chance to play either with or against Keegan over the last couple of years?
I never played against him. I live 5 hours north of him, so we never played against each other. But we did. We played together in at Advanced 15s, we call it, to go to national camp. We played on the team together. So 2 years ago, we played on the team together. Yeah, that was pretty nice.
You weren't drafted in the Bantam draft by the Hawks. They listed you and added you to the list. How did you first hear about the Winterhawks, and what are some of the reasons you decided to choose to come to Portland to play hockey?
I honestly didn't really know anything about the Western Hockey League until I met with Josh Dye, a Minnesota scout, at a fall league in the cities, and told me a little bit about the league, their team, and told me they had listed me, and I was like, okay, well, check into it, and stuff like that. At the time, I had no idea I was going to come here, and during the season, I just progressed, and Josh had been in contact. He came up to visit me in Crookston for a weekend or just for a game. And he's like, hey, just talking about the next step in the recruiting process they had. And Mike called me later that week and told me that he'd like for me to come out and visit. So I came out for the 48-hour rule, and I loved it. I loved it out here. The guys took me in nice for the 48 hours, and I just loved it. The city, the organization, the coaches, the whole thing. And I fell in love, and I just, hey, why not,
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I know that as one of the youngest players in the league, oftentimes when a player comes into the league, they don't get a choice of their jersey number. But I know that you've worn number 5 over the course of your career. It's not a normal number for a forward. So can you tell us a little bit about why number 5?
Well, my dad was always number 5 for hockey, and I just wanted to keep the family in the number, and I thought number 5 would suit me well, and I wore it whenever it fit me in youth hockey. And all the jerseys were a little bit small, but I just wanted to keep the family going, and I just decided to pick number 5, and I like 5. I've liked 5 my whole life, so yeah.
You had a chance to actually come to training camp this year, and actually your brother came to Winterhawk training camp as well as a defenseman. Did it help having him around during your first official training camp with the Winterhawks?
I didn't see him much, but it was nice. Yes, it was real nice. It was a good experience for him for sure. And Ryan actually had his their first scrimmages back home, and he did outstanding. He took what he got here from this league training camp and brought it back home for Minnesota, and he got 4 goals in 2 games. So I'm proud of him, and it was real nice to see him here and compete at this level and do well, and it was great to see him, and I'm proud of him, and I wish him the best of luck too.
So, Paul, you're now a couple months into your first WHL season. You've got a long ways to go in your career being such a young player, but what sort of things are you working on right now with the coaching staff and also individually to try and improve yourself over the course of the next couple of years?
Well, they want me to Travis wants me to protect the puck a little bit better and, just snap the puck off quicker. So, do a couple drills at the end of each practice just to work on those things, and I get better each day, and I just keeping up on my schoolwork at Sunset High in Beaverton, and it's been going good pretty so far. Sunset
High School a little bigger than Crookston High School, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot bigger.
So how's that adjustment been? How different has high school been here in Oregon versus what you had back home in Minnesota?
It was a hard transition, with all the kids in class. When I had all my classes back home were 9 to 15, and now they're 45 to 53. And I was overwhelmed at the start. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. So, but I adjusted pretty well, and it's going easier now for sure.
Well, Paul, it's been a pleasure watching you the first couple months of your WHL career. I think many bright things are in your future, and thanks a lot for joining us on the radio show here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
That's Paul Bittner, and Andy, I want to follow up on some of the stuff that Paul was talking about. As a rookie in the WHL, you have to be 16 years old to play in the WHL, but there are some exceptions, and Paul Bittner's one of them. Yeah,
he's what they call a late birth date. He was born after September 15th, but he's eligible to play because his birth date falls within the calendar year of turning 16. So he was 15-year-old until early in November. There's a few other guys in the roster are late birth dates. Chase Delio is a late birth date. Seth Jones is a late birth date. And then guys like Joe Morrow as well. But, Paul Bittner is a big kid, 6'4", 191 pounds, can really skate. And I think, as you mentioned, he has a very, very bright future ahead of himself here in Portland. And I think we're just seeing the start of what he can really bring to the roster.